The girl will eat the rest of the food. The waiter sees the girl. The woman watches from afar. The waiter says that's not done. The girl asks to leave it to eat, as it is just leftovers. And she comments that it doesn't make any difference to anyone. The waiter says that doesn't do it. The girl laments because she is very hungry. The waitress appears and tells the girl to leave the establishment. The woman watches everything from afar. The girl says that she has no one, and she won't get in the way, and she doesn't want to stay on the street, as it looks like it's going to rain. The waitress says she doesn't care about the girl, and it's her problem whether it rains or not. And the girl leaves with her head down. And the waitress keeps grumbling because she doesn't accept the homeless woman staying in the establishment. The waiter comes back and looks for the girl. He comments that he brought her food, and says to sit down and eat, because now it's food and not leftovers. The girl thanks the waiter. The waitress watches everything from afar. And the girl questions the reason for helping her. The waiter says it's not right for her to eat leftovers, and because of that, he brought her something worthy to eat. The girl thanks you for your kindness. His colleague questions him and asks why he gave her food. The waiter says he has to have empathy for others. The colleague asks if this is a charity house. The boy ignores her and calls the girl to go eat. The waitress says that the boy is not the owner, and does not control anything, and will inform the owner about this. The boy tells her to mind her own business. She says not to accept these types of people in the establishment. The boy says that she isn't the owner either and doesn't run anything. The owner arrives and asks what is happening. The waitress says the waiter is giving free food. The boy says that he only gave the girl a plate of food. The owner questions where she got the food from. He says he got it from the kitchen. The owner says she will deduct it from both of their salaries. The waitress says it's not fair, as she didn't accept the homeless woman there. The boy says she can only take it out on him. The owner asks if he is willing to do that. The boy says he had empathy with the girl. The owner says that if it's paid, it's great. The waitress says to eat quickly and leave. The boy says to ignore it. Because there are people who don't put themselves in someone else's shoes. She says she's used to it. The boy says to make yourself comfortable. The girl is sad. The waitress gets angry and takes the plate from the table and says that she belongs on the street. The girl questions the reason for doing this. The waitress says this is no place for the girl. She says she will finish eating and leaves. The waiter asks what he is doing. She says she is sorting out the mess the boy made. He asks if the owner gave permission to do this. The waitress says that she has a customer who didn't enter the establishment because they were disgusted by the homeless woman. And tell her to get her out of here soon. The boy tells the girl to sit at the table. The girl says she's going to leave, as she's already created a lot of trouble, and thanks the boy. He says he did what he could to give her a good meal. She thanks the boy a lot. He says it was no big deal. The waitress says that customers don't come in because of the homeless woman. The owner says that can't be done. The girl questions the reason for defending her. The boy says that everyone is the same. She thanks him for his kindness, and people always treat him badly, and the boy was different from everyone else. And she comments that she doesn't even know how to thank the boy. The owner arrives and keeps making jokes to both of them. The waitress says she has an idea. The waiter says the girl is leaving. The owner asks the reason for doing this, as the boy has never acted like this before. The boy says the girl was hungry. The waitress says she has something for her, and pours water on the girl. The owner questions this attitude. She responds that she is putting the girl in her place. The boy says he doesn't need it, and the girl says she's leaving. The owner says it wasn't right, and the boy agrees. The owner comments that the boy's attitude made him think a lot about what is happening in the restaurant, and asks why he did this. The boy says he wouldn't allow someone to starve and do nothing. The owner questions how he got this food, because she wants to know if the work environment is becoming a mess. The boy comments that he did it all alone, and no one is to blame, and if he wants to fire someone, do it only with him. The owner says that today she witnessed two types of people who she didn't imagine would take that type of attitude. And she thanks the boy for feeding her sister today. The waitress questions how the girl could be the boss's sister. The owner says that she is her sister, yes, and will introduce her to them later. The waitress asks if the homeless woman is the owner's sister. The girl appears and says that she is not homeless, and the establishment belongs to her and her sister, and she wanted to know who their employees are. The owner comments that her sister runs another restaurant and she runs this one. And the owner adds that her sister is going to take care of this restaurant for a vacation. The sister says that it is absurd to have employees with bad character, but on the other hand, she has the boy who is a wonderful person and has empathy for others. The waitress asks if she is going to be fired. The girl says she will give the waitress a second chance. And he tells her to never act like that again. And she congratulates the boy, and says he will be the new manager. And she tells everyone to sit down, because she has an important announcement to say. She says that she would like to leave a sentence for reflection for them, because everyone has two paths to follow, good and evil, and we ourselves decide which one to feed.